A Job Networking Guide. Chapter 1. Real-life networking, be friendly. Real networking. Real networking is not going on Facebook, Twitter and LinkedIn and connecting with fake, phantom friends you've never met. It's being out and about in your field, having common experiences with people who get to know you though working, talking, and befriending you. Then when a situation opens up, they think of you because they know you're familiar with the field like they are. If you're networking online, don't just go where the desperado job seekers go. Develop a presence where the employed people go looking for ideas and advice. They get to know you're smart and get to trust you if you post up good ideas in the field. Start a blog in your field or contribute to the top websites in your field. Contribute regularly, about once a week. Write great, error-free articles. Share your knowledge. I'm desperate, what do I do? Get career and job information at the following places. School Career Guidance Office. Your department. Graduate School, various programs and offices. Alumni Association. Library. You just can't go off and pursue your creative, inspired whims unless you get lucky and earn a lot of money somehow through your creative efforts. That buys you freedom, but that's mostly a myth put out by the mass media. Most creatively inspired people can't work regular jobs because they won't sell their souls, so it's a life of poverty. Live in the real world. Get a job that pays good money. They lied to you in grade school about how wonderful life is or can be. Your destiny is to be a wage slave and pay income tax to pay the private bankers who run your national central bank, create money out of nothing, then lend it your government with interest. You will pay your government's debt for the rest of your life. Get a decent, practical job that never goes out of style like plumbing or food services. Try exploring careers by reading about them. Talking to people in careers. Volunteering, internships, work in different fields. Take practical skill subjects at school that get you closer to a decent job as opposed to English literature courses. Prepare yourself as a person by building up your looks, body, health, ability with words, ability to talk, think, and speak. Ask professors, classmates, alumni, colleagues, and contacts for job referrals. Connect with the professional organization in your field for information. Applying to job boards. Attend career fairs. If you don't like a job, quit. Keep moving until you feel a level of self-respect and well-being through what you do. When you do an internship, go there to learn. If they use you for coolie labor, tell them that's fine to do some of that, but you want work that will enable you to learn about the field. Make contacts. Many employers end up hiring interns. Internships look good on a resume. Decide on a field you like from the following list. Agriculture. Arts and culture. Business. Criminal justice. Education. Engineering. Entrepreneurship. Environmental. Food beverage. Government. Healthcare/medicine. Hospitality. Internet. Law and legal. Law enforcement. Non-profits. Philanthropy. Politics. Research, entertainment/film/TV/radio/music, manufacturing. Science. Social services. Sports. Technology. Tourism. Writing. Find existing internships. If one doesn't exist, create one by applying at companies in your field. Once again, ask friends for ideas and leads. Research companies in your field, then look for connections by finding people who work for that company at LinkedIn. Create a LinkedIn profile. Present your education, skills, and interests. Set realistic goals. Don't expect too much. The real world is average and dull everywhere. Be professional, positive, and productive. Challenge yourself, but don't bite off more than you can chew. Ask for help if you feel lost. Do your best. Thank everyone. Create a portfolio. Constantly update your resume. Talk to people about jobs and internships. Networking guide. Don't put friends and family on the spot by asking for a job. Don't go out asking for a job. Ask for a connection, somebody you can talk to within a company. Don't put pressure on anybody. Ask for help but not a job. Even old bosses and coworkers might help. They might be working for new companies. Simply call or email them and ask for help in finding a job. You can offer a reward of $500 if someone refers you and you get the job. Church members and clergy can help you if you ask for help. Contact friends and acquaintances from the past. Many companies have internal places with job postings, often online. Your friends can check them out. There are job support groups. Prepare what to say that sounds friendly, like I'm looking for work, just looking around, see if anyone can help me with some leads. Create a list of companies that you want to work for and look for work with them. Cold call companies asking about job openings. Call both the Human Resources Department and ask about the application process. Sneak around. Find out the managers of departments, then call them asking about job openings, or call the departments asking about job openings. Be willing to help others. When you help others, they give you leads. When making cold calls, the receptionist is more likely to put you through if she sees your name on caller ID than if she sees unknown, which often means a salesperson. Have a practice script ready like a salesperson. Cold calling works if you call the right person and convince them that you're the person that can help them. Send resumes and cover letters to the HR departments and the managers of other departments of companies by postal mail or a delivery/messenger service. Priority mail from the post office might work. Faxes work. Call, email or send letters to potential employers in your field that do not have open positions. Don't be a pest, but you have to find hiring managers, then email them regularly, like every month or every 2 months, saying something like, I'm just checking in to see if there are any openings for the job of lab tech or whatever. If you live in the area, go to the company or building to introduce yourself to the hiring guy or girl and drop off your resume. That's the best you can do. Email all the hiring managers in your area and inquire about open positions. Do it enough times so that they will know you and email you for an interview when the job comes up. If you call them or speak to them personally and they say there's nothing but keep checking back, ask them for their email address. Make a spreadsheet out to keep track of every manager you speak with or email. When you send the emails, try to be friendly. Say a joke or include an interesting article about your field. Gatekeepers are the people that answer the phone for companies and try to keep outsiders out. You have to get past these people to either talk to or email the personnel manager or the hiring person who could be the boss. If you are unsure who the head guy is, call the place. Ask to speak with the manager or person in charge of hiring. Ask if there are any job openings. If they say no, ask for his or her email. Tell him or her you want to email a copy of your resume in case of future job openings. Thank him or her. Send an immediate email thanking him and saying you will continue to check back regularly to inquire about any new job openings. Attach a copy of your resume. Make a list of whom you email and when you sent it so you don't mess up. You have to make contact with every manager in the area that could possibly hire you. Repeat the process every month. Say you introduced yourself last month. You are checking to see if there are any open positions. Attach a copy of your resume. There is no end. Keep emailing regularly. Try staffing agencies for temporary contracts. Networking as an art form. 1. Networking possibilities are community groups, public people you know, chamber of commerce, clubs/organizations, family, friends, religious, faculty, alumni, internship. People do business and give jobs to people they know and like. Network by helping people. Be likable. If you're an arrogant asshole know-it-all, shut up and act like you're there for a good time. It's not what you know but who you know is an old true cliché. Many jobs are found through networking, people talking informally about their work. Join a professional organization. Go on online forums in your field. It's all about your abilities with people. You're always selling yourself. Unless you're so good that people want your services or goods specifically, you have to sell yourself first before you get a job or get someone's business. The single most important characteristic of making it anywhere is to culture a network of allies and contacts. Networking in its simplest terms means having the right friends. In the Asian culture, life is about relationships. They call it kwangzai. While we in the West frown on patronage and nepotism, the truth is that this is what makes the world go round, who you know versus what you know. Granted, who you know will open doors, but you have to prove yourself afterwards. If the people you know don't respect you or your abilities, they won't open too many doors for you. When I lived in Ottawa, all the young college grad, junior yuppie people were anxious to go out to the parties and social events because they knew that even though it was hard to get a government job through the front door by going through the application process, the inside bureaucrats and politicians have the power to hire who they want, on the spot. You want to talk about brown-nosing, and I'm not talking just about the guys. Young girls en masse wanted those cushy government jobs. They used to flirt like hell. It's no different in Washington or with any bureaucracy. Why do you think people do internships for free or for peanuts? It's not because they want to learn more about the field. It's because they want to make connections to hopefully land them a decent job. Networking is simply the art of using people you know to help you get what you want, but they use you too when they need a favor. It's called symbiosis. It's what makes the world go around. Most really good jobs are not advertised for potential applicants to see. They exist in a hidden job market accessible only by connected insiders in the know. This method helps these people in power avoid dealing with all the hassles and riffraff that goes along with advertising for a job opening. Networking will help put you on the inside, in the know. It's that simple. People want somebody they know or somebody who knows somebody they know because to them, it gives them the security that you're united by a kindred spirit bond since you run in the same circles and know one another. Networking is a proactive approach. At the very least, through networking, you're telling people indirectly that you're a happening person, you're out there mixing it up with life rather than sitting home timidly, sending letters out, hoping something comes to you rather than going out there making the scene like wow. It makes you look cool, in the flow, a sociable animal. Networking is much more powerful than rules and regulations. Some people call it patronage or nepotism. It's the ones with the power using it amongst themselves to get what they want. You scratch your buddy's back, he scratches yours, and nobody's the wiser. You can network to find a job or to find customers in business and continue to network when you have a job because that's where you find out about the opportunities in your field. No matter how good and talented you are at anything, it won't matter unless you have some skills to find the right people and be able to deal with them in a charming way such that they come to like you and would see no problems working with you or recommending you to a buddy looking for a worker. No matter how good you are, if you don't have social skills, people don't need the hassle. They will wait for the next good person they can deal with in a mutually beneficial way that comes along. Networking as an art form too. Virtually no one on this planet is indispensable, so you're probably not that good, in which case you have to become a good guy in order to win people over. I recently went to a concert of an aging pop star, and as I watched him, I thought to myself, he's history. He doesn't have the spark anymore. He's a has-been. If you want jobs as you age, culture some contacts now. Networking is not about quantity, it's about quality. Target the people who can help you out in some way and devise strategies to meet them. That's not to say disregard everybody else. Respect everybody, especially secretaries and low-level clerks. They can help you with information, and someday when they move up the corporate ladder, they may be in a position to really do you a favor. Join groups, clubs, associations, trade associations, etc. Make it a point to go to the local bar at least once a month where the people in your profession hang out. Be a team player. Play golf or tennis with the people at the office. Socialize, schmooze. Don't just do your job and go home, hang out and talk to the work cronies. Go to fundraisers and charity events. Do homework on your business contacts to impress them. Do what you do best and meet people that way. Church is a good way to meet people. Find the right church that believes in socializing and helping its members out. Join your local chamber of commerce and go to their events, especially conventions. I know several people who got jobs at conventions. You must find out what the trade organizations are in your field, get on their mailing lists, and when there are conventions, trade fairs, etc., even if a distance from your home, you must put on your charming face and go. When you're in networking mode, I read an article that said prepare your pitch like you were a TV commercial. Be ready to talk yourself up to people without sounding like a braggart. Don't let shyness or modesty get in your way. You have to get in front of people and talk to them. Join a professional association. Join the local chapter of a national organization. If you're in college, join student organizations. Get business cards made up to pass out. Bring a few resumes in a file that you carry around with you. In order to make an impression, it's not enough just to meet people, be helpful or offer to be helpful in some way. Be persistent and energetic in life. Don't bother much with Christmas cards, but if you want to be memorable, send Christmas gifts to the children of your important contacts. If you want to impress people, find out their birthdays and anniversaries and send cards then. You might find some information in the Who's Who directories at the library. Always be polite. Don't just be generic. Try to come off as an upstanding, cool person. Get on committees at work. Be in good standing among your peers. Befriend your boss, but always show proper respect. Golf with him or do whatever else he does with him. Treat everybody with dignity. One way to get noticed is to start a newsletter or interoffice weekly message sheet or write articles for your office and trade publications. The law of karma lives in the workplace. What goes around comes around, so always be a good guy. Don't screw anybody over just to get ahead. Share your skills and your time with people. Never pass up an opportunity to meet someone new. Bring something to the situation always, even if it's just your charming personality. Have fun, exude that air about yourself. Be nice to secretaries who may help you out with a tip. Be honest. Don't be phony. Try to hang out with the extroverts or the sociable people in any group. Help people when they're down and having problems. They remember and will reward you when they're on the up. Take all your phone calls immediately such that you're not sending out the message that you're blowing people off. Professional networking groups are business people who get together and help one another promote each other. For example, if I'm a lawyer in the group and another guy is a doctor, if someone asks me who's a good doctor, I say he is, and if someone asks him for a good lawyer, he refers them to me. If you want a backdoor way to look for people, go to any professional networking site, type in the company name, and you'll probably get a few members who work for that company. Think of a networking website as a place to put your business homepage. You're telling people who you are. Put the website address on your business card. Networking one-liners. Listen patiently to people before you speak. Look for those who are knowledgeable and have power in your field. Before you email or contact someone for the first name, slow down, create a good letter or statement. Be concise. Identify yourself. State why you are contacting this person. Be friendly and helpful. The X factor of business success: socialize, develop relationships. Be sociable. Go to social events. Make friends and connections. LinkedIn.com. Job networking websites. careercenter.georgetown.edu/major-career-guide/networking university.linkedin.com/content/dam/university/global/n_use/site/pdf/building-a-great-profile.pdf, how to build your LinkedIn profile/pdf. World Business Networking. Australia Business Networking. Local-services.com.au. linkme.com.au/group/public. beacon.co.uk, British Commercial Alliance Network. Canadian Business Networking. ca.linkedin.com. proboke.ca, professional networking site for Canada. Unadvertised jobs through networking. The hidden job market info. The hidden job market is the people any manager or boss thinks of before he goes to the formal route of placing an ad, hiring a recruiter, or going to an employment agency. It's much simpler for them to fill a job by calling someone they know rather than posting an ad then interviewing 12 strangers. The hidden job market is mostly about networking, but it's also about checking corporate websites to find the exact names of people who could possibly hire you, then send letters to them by name with a compliment or two about the company that you got from the business news. In order for you to be part of the in crowd for the job market in your field, you have to be out there socializing, doing stuff, getting to know people for two reasons. 1. Some manager might know you and think of you when he has a position to fill. 2. Some guy in company X or a relative of JJ. Big Shot might know that JJ is looking for somebody in a certain job, so because you're a good friend of theirs, they call you and tell you that old man Big Shot is looking for someone at position Z and they'll put in a good word for you if you want. It's that simple. Nothing has changed since the gang of senators got together and decided to kill Caesar. It's who you know. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. It's basic Machiavellian ideology. It's too bad, but introverted genius nerds rarely make it big unless they start their own companies and call the shots. I could tell you stories of networking and you'd see the lengths people go to in order to promote themselves. One girl who was trying to get a record deal went around to dozens of music events, always with a purse full of her CDs. Can you imagine some introverted songwriter doing that? No way. You got to be out there. Everything is about people and about selling yourself. Arrogant people don't find jobs unless their resume is so stellar that it's enough. You have to have a modest, friendly, sociable air about yourself. Why do all these middle-aged nerds play golf when they'd rather be home playing computer games? It's because they're networking. jobstar.org/hidden/index.php. job-hunt.org/hiddenjobmarket.html. linkedin.com, go to Job Insider. Alumni job search. Most colleges have an alumni club with a website. You can go through the member list looking for all managers in your field, then send them a cover letter saying you're a graduate of XX college looking for a job. It's your call whether to say that you know he's a graduate too. In some cases, it backfires because the guy sees it as pretense. In other cases, it doesn't. Some guys want to reminisce with some kid who went to the same college they went to 25 years ago. A side point to this is corporate alumni. Big companies often have corporate alumni websites for people who have worked there. This could be a source for you to find names of people to talk to about the company, or if you're an alumni of the same company, you might be able to hook a job by sending a cover letter to an alumnus member who is now managing another company. CorporateAlumni.com, Corporate Alumni. HighSchoolAlumni.com, a directory of classmates from US high schools. job-hunt.org/employer_alumni_networking.html, company alumni and military and government alumni groups. Alumni Directories/alumni websites. alumniconnections.com. alumni-network.com. alumni.net. classmates.com. Corporate alumni clubs. There are clubs around where people who worked for a certain company congregate to stay in touch, network, and socialize, but generally only very big companies have alumni clubs or associations. CorporateAlumni.com. CorporateFriends.com. Alumni associations. Most large colleges publish an alumni magazine and hold social events for all the former graduates who want to stay involved with their alma mater. AAD.net, American Alumni Directory, High School. ClassReunion.com. Fraternity Guide/Sorority Guide. Fraternities are fraternal social organizations for undergraduate students in North America. In Europe they are called corporations. Sometimes they are considered mutual aid societies, which provide academic and social activities. Despite what you see in movies about how cool fraternities are, all my experiences as friends of fraternity members has led me to conclude that they're mostly normal, insecure guys looking to have friends. They drank a lot and smoked a lot of weed even on weekday nights. It's pretty easy when you live in a house with 20 other guys. One advantage could be cheap rent. The rooms weren't much to look at, but it was real cheap. They did have big parties where they invited sorority girls to come over, but they were just drunk fests for immature people. Fraternities and sororities can exist solely on one campus or part of a larger national group. There are fraternities for grad students, ethnic minorities, or members of a profession. Fraternities and sororities all have a code of conduct and rules. Many fraternities socialize with other chapters. Some hold periodic conventions for all members. Usually, fraternities are all-male organizations. Sororities are female. Generally, the names of fraternities consist of several Greek letter names, but some have other types of names. Fraternities and sororities supposedly volunteer and do fundraising activities, but all I saw was a bunch of guys hanging around together. The main ritual is an initiation period, then members vote whether to let you in or not. During rush week before school starts, potential members get acquainted with members. At the end of this week, the frat gives invitations to membership. The probation period starts. After the initiation, the person becomes a full member. I visited fraternities, but I like my own space and my own thoughts. There's always somebody in your face at a fraternity wanting to know your business. Fraternity websites/sorority websites. NIC.org, National Institute of Fraternities. NPC.org, National Pan-Hellenic Council, Sororities. NPCwomen.org, National Pan-Hellenic Conference. NICINDY.com, North American Intra-Fraternity Conference. Class reunion websites. Alumni.net. Planetalumni.com. Reunions Magazine. Reunionsmag.com. Find military and veteran people and friends, military reunions. Vets.org, National Vets Archives. Military-network.com. Militaryconnections.com. Alumni Association career websites by U.S. State at jobstars.com/career-services-alumni-associations.